Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is Thursday. It is May 14th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. That is Harley. That's Harley. Or the Beaner, as I call her. The Bean. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use situations, intuitive, envisions, 1111. I bought my copy off of Amazon. No joke. We got one on the table. I know they have an Etsy shop, whoever the creator is. One on the table. Two on the table. Three on the table. Someone needs to have a talk with somebody. Somebody needs to say something. We got three on the table. Because somebody's avoiding like a conversation, and it's really, you guys know I don't like the word stuck, but like it's got somebody in a pickle. Four on the table, one in reverse. Hey baby, what's up? Four on the table, one in reverse. We're going to do two more shuffles. Hi. Why don't you lay on the bed? Why don't you go get some water? I left the sink on. Bubby. Bubby. Bubby, Bubby. Last shuffle. Five on the table. Six at the bottom of the deck. We've got racing. We've got grip. Interview. Lockbox in reverse. We've got tragedy. Bottom of the deck is legal. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. Somebody needs to have a conversation with somebody. Somebody's avoiding this. What is that phrase? What is it? 10 toes down? I heard something in my head. Something about toes and down or something. This So this lockbox, it's like closed in, trapped, frustrated. This person's about to blow with it in the reverse. Like this person's been holding some shit in. I don't know what they have to say. But like look at this character, like with their hands gripped. on these weights, like those weights are about ready to fall. Like this person's, like I said, they're gonna freaking explode. They're gonna like word vomit all over somebody. And I just heard they should have done it a lot sooner. Maybe they wouldn't feel so agitated, so frustrated. This probably has to do with a love situation. With the tragedy card, it says forbidden love. Forbidden love could literally just be one person denying another person love. Like, like that's forbidden love. Or it would be in that person's eyes. There's something I want to say about this legal card, but I don't know how to phrase it. And maybe it's technically giving like spiritual court. Because when I'm looking at the legal card, I'm seeing like somebody. First of all, I'm hearing they legit love somebody. Okay, legitimately love somebody. Which, if you were to like get married, that kind of thing, all of your marriage documents would go through the court. You sign them when you get married, you mail them in, or the minister or whoever that marries you sends them in. Like all that stuff goes through court. So I heard like legit somebody's in love with another person. But there's something about like in the court of public opinion. So like let's say this is a love connection. Let's say this is two people and they break up. And this person, like, they want to talk about it. They want to work something out. And the other person, okay, you want to come in and have a conversation, it almost gives the vibes of like somebody wants a conversation and the other person is either waiting or they're not waiting. Because it also kind of gives me the vibes of whoever this is that needs this conversation. Like they needed this conversation like a long time ago. And here's the thing, I am always going to say this. I don't care if you're the bad guy in the scenario or if you're the good guy in the scenario, whatever the scenario, love, whatever, situation, whatever. If you have something to say and it is literally eating you up inside, then say it. I don't care if this is the bad person in the relationship or the good person. They feel like they have something to say. They feel like it's been sitting there forever. They're about ready to explode. They should have come in and said it. They should have come in and said whatever they needed to say a hell of a lot sooner. Because you should never let anything like that eat you alive like that. You know? And something about the court of public opinion. So, like, if these two have an audience, right? Like friends, family, coworkers, whatever the case, there's like a group of people that are siding technically with one of these people. And I want to say it's this person. I want to say it's this person. Cuz it's not bad. I mean, court of public opinion. I mean, people have their own opinions about everything anyway. So, it's not giving me real court. It's giving me like like I said, more spiritual court, or just like holding yourself to a standard, holding people to a standard, like that kind of thing. And something with the car, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever gotten this in a message. I don't know. I don't know. But somebody might be driving around a lot, like to kind of try and clear their head, even though it's obviously not working. But somebody might drive around like, like if somebody has to go to the grocery store to pick something up, so they go the long way and they go the long way home. So they're just kind of out driving for a little bit, try to, clear the cobwebs out, I guess you would say. But I don't think it's helping this person. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I know. I mean, looking at these cards, like it's not helping this person. Hmm. And I feel like with this tragedy, this forbidden love, it's like they're in love with somebody, and either that person is not in love with them, or they believe that person to not be in love with them. So if they feel like the other person isn't in love with them, they're gonna feel like it's forbidden. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they don't know if the other person's in love with them or not, same thing. Like they're gonna feel like they shouldn't have the feelings that they have. Let me say this. I, I, I don't care. I don't care if you're yourself, himself, or you got a little halo. I don't care. Here's the thing. Everybody is entitled to their emotion. Everybody is entitled to their feelings. That's my food. Hold on one second. I can pull it out of the oven if it's done. And if not, I'll leave it in there. But I'm turning off the alarm. I can't tell. I think it's okay. But I want to leave it in there so it stays warm. Okay. All right. Let's turn off the lights. All right, guys. Hear me stomping around. Stomping. So, like I said, everybody's entitled to their emotions. This, and I'm not really getting it either way. Like, nothing really came out in regards to this person's role in the situation, right? So they could be the good guy, they could be the bad guy. I don't care if they are the bad guy. They're still entitled to feel how they feel. And the fact that this person feels like they're in love with another person and they want to talk to them and they want to reach out to them, they just should. They should. Now, I would never condone like abuse or anything like that. So you know, like I don't condone that. And there's nothing here to suggest that, and I'm not picking up on anything like that. So I'm just saying basic etiquette, basic love etiquette. If you have feelings for somebody and you haven't shared those feelings and you haven't had a conversation and you need a conversation because you're losing your mind, then you probably should do that. And I can give you a good example. I can give you a good example. Granted, I don't know because you know, it's not me personally, but when I was in love with the ex or the male coworker last year, you know, I wrote him a letter and I said what I had to say and he never responded. And I told you guys months after the fact, it seemed like he wanted to come back and say something, which he totally could if he wanted to. He totally could come and say something right now if he wanted to. He didn't, right? He didn't. Then it felt like there was anger, like he was angry at me, you know, because what? Because you didn't say what you had to say? Like and that's the thing. This is what I'm saying. Even in regards to him in our situation at work, like there is a part of me that feels bad for him. Like he could not man up and just come forward and say, "Hey, can we have a conversation? Like I'm ready to talk," you know, months later, weeks later, whatever. Like he could have done that. But he decided to let it stew. Like I can picture him feeling like this, you know? At least for a time. Even if he doesn't feel anything now, at least for a time. I would never want anybody to feel like that. Never. It's just like with the friend too. When when we kind of moved apart from each other after the thing with the guy because I thought maybe there was something going on between them or not, I don't know. And I had written a text. I had sent a text to her and then the other friend, you know, just saying that it felt like it had been weird for like the last couple of weeks, but like I didn't know what was going on cuz like I was fine and like I wasn't like angry or mad or anything. Like are they angry or mad? You know, like I sent a text taking accountability for my own action and inaction and basically apologizing for not saying something sooner and putting a stop to it sooner. And the one friend, her and I sat down and had a chat about it. And then the other friend, I don't talk to either one of them now, but the other friend didn't want to say anything. Didn't want to say anything. And that's fine. She's perfectly within her right to not say anything. I said what I had to say in the text. I communicated how I felt and what I was thinking. The one was receptive to it, the other one was not. Okay, fine. Completely understandable. People are allowed to feel what they want to feel when they want to feel it. If somebody doesn't want to talk to me, they don't have to talk to me. Did it hurt me at the time? Of course it did. She was my friend. But I understood where she was coming from. I could see where she was coming from. Now, months later, I can still see that. But like I think I told you guys this like a month and a half, 2 months ago. She was trying to talk to me at work and she was just talking to me about work stuff. And I answered her questions, you know, made little comments. And then I turned around and went back to work. And I did not instigate any more conversation. I did not ask her how she's doing, ask her about herself. I did not offer up any information about me. Because again, she left us where we were last year. She never responded to my text. She never, said anything about it. Was probably angry and stewing about it for months and didn't say anything. And now you want to talk about work, which is perfectly fine. I will talk to you about work because we're at work. But as far as I'm concerned, that's it. Unless you want to address what happened that you did not want to address before, that's as far as it's going to go, is a work conversation. And I think people would feel a lot better if they would just say what they have to say when they want to say it. Because I'm sure last year, I'm sure she had plenty to say to me. I'm sure she did. And she should have. You should never be afraid to say something. Speak your feelings, your thoughts, whatever the case. Because then you end up like this. I'm picturing like a volcano ready to blow. Sorry, that's one of the cats in the litter box. I think it's Harley. And I would just I'm gonna let this go, but I would just say if you're on the other end and somebody has something to say to you, and this is just me, this is just me. I let people say what they have to say, whether it hurts me, whether it doesn't, whether it's offensive, whether it's not. I let people finish their thoughts. I let people share their ideas and thoughts and emotions and all that jazz, because I would want somebody to do that for me if I was in that position. Again, I'm not going to put up with abuse or anything like that, I would tell them to knock it off and take it somewhere else. But if somebody comes in with wanting a reasonable conversation, I'm going to let them have that reasonable conversation. All right. I'm going to it was Bubbles in there. That was a surprise. I'm going to let it go at that. Take how it resonates for you, if it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope everybody has a fabulous Thursday evening. And I will talk to you later.